Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about why we do what we do for a living, which is a little bit of a philosophical as well as a spiritual topic. So let's go ahead and dive in. Most people spend over 80,000 hours of our lives working. Yet, very few stop to ask a simple question. Why am I really doing what I do? Is it for survival? Is it for money? Is it for the ego? Or is it for something deeper? That question matters more than it seems. This aligns with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. At the base level, work supports food, shelter, safety, and stability. Without income, these basic needs are difficult to meet. So in the early stages of life, work is primarily about survival. It is natural and necessary. But over time, once these needs are reasonably met, something often shifts. The question changes from how do I earn to why am I doing this? That shift marks the beginning of a deeper journey. So now we get into survival to fulfillment. Maslow describes the higher stages of human motivation as belonging, esteem, and ultimately self-actualization. Self-actualization is not a fixed destination. It is an ongoing process of trying to live closer to our highest potential. At this stage, work becomes less about survival and more about meaning. We begin to care about whether the work feels aligned with who we are. We begin to question whether our time and energy are being used well. This is where purpose slowly enters the picture. So now we get into the motivation. Money or ego? If we are honest, most of us primarily work for two reasons. One is money, the other is ego. Money supports life. It provides stability and comfort. Ego is more subtle. It shows up through status, recognition, titles, comparison, and validation. These are human tendencies. The key issue is not whether ego exists. The key question is who is in the driver's seat. Is it ego or is it love and genuine interest? When ego is driving decisions, they are often shaped by comparison and external approval. We may chase roles, income, or lifestyles because they look impressive. That often creates a cycle where one's achievement is never enough. The next target immediately replaces it. Ego behaves like a treadmill. The more we feed it, the more it demands. When love, curiosity, and genuine interest are driving, the experience of work changes. Choices become more aligned with values. There is less attachment to outcomes. There is usually more calm and less emotional volatility. Ego does not need to disappear. It simply needs to move to the backseat. So now let's dive into something more interesting, where wealth and financial independence fit in. This is where wealth and financial independence becomes important. Financial independence is not about luxury. It is about freedom. When we depend entirely on income for survival, our choices are limited. We may continue working in roles we dislike because we feel we have no alternative. When we are financially independent, the relationship with work changes. We no longer need to work for money. We can choose to work for meaning, for interest, or for contribution. This does not mean we stop working. It means we gain choice, and choice changes everything. So now we get into materialism and the limits of money. Another realization often happens along this path. Happiness from material possessions is usually temporary. A new purchase feels good, briefly, but the mind adapts quickly. Soon attention shifts to the next desire. This does not mean money is unimportant. It means money is a tool, not an end. Money can buy comfort. It can buy security. More importantly, it can buy freedom of choice. But money does not automatically create peace of mind. Many people reach income levels they once dreamt of and still feel dissatisfied. Often the issue is not lack of money. It is a lack of clarity around what is enough. So that brings us to the importance of defining enough. Wealth in this sense becomes less about maximizing numbers and more about understanding sufficiency. If we do not define what enough means for us, the pursuit of more becomes endless. Goals keep shifting, stress increases, the mind remains unsettled. When we have a clear sense of enough, something stabilizes. Decisions become calmer. We feel less pressure to impress. Financial independence then supports a deeper purpose. It creates the space to reflect, to explore, to contribute, and to live more intentionally. So now we get into work, purpose, and inner alignment. As this transition happens, many people begin to relate to work differently. Instead of asking how much this pay, the question becomes, does this feel meaningful? Does this align with who I am? Does this contribute in some way to the bigger picture? This is not idealism. It is a natural shift once survival is no longer the dominant concern. Inner peace often comes when there is alignment between values, actions, and daily life. Work guided by love rather than ego tends to support that alignment. So in closing, in this context, wealth is not the ultimate goal. Wealth is a means. It helps reduce fear. It creates options. It provides space to choose more intentionally. The deeper journey is not about accumulating more. It is about understanding why we work, what truly matters to us, and how we want to live. And that journey often begins with one honest question. Is ego driving this, or is it love? Thanks for watching.